Out.
Oh, that's weird too.
Get out. Go. You're going to have to pack up and go. I can smell the drugs. No, door's being rekeyed. You make an appointment and we'll let you in.
The tenants leave in a huff, leaving Prue and Anna to do a quick inspection on the room, which has a long way to go before it's ready for new tenants.
Skid marks on the mattress.
Obviously homemade. Don't think this has been purchased in such a fashion.
Oh, look. Inspiration.
The now former tenants will need to arrange a time with Prue to empty the room within the next few days, if they can be stuffed.
That's the eviction letter. Apparently that's what they thought of that.
Failing that, all non-perishable goods will be bagged up and put on the street, and all perishable food items dumped, although sorting out which is which may be a challenge.
Delightful.
It's Prue calling you from Good Girls. Well, you knew it was at 3 p.m. and we are now here. And, you know, we certainly do need to dump this stuff because it stinks. You're not getting the bond back. There won't be any bond because we're going to have to fumigate the room, commercially clean the carpet and dump the bed because it stinks. It stinks.
It looks like the tenants won't be making it in time, even though they had requested the time themselves.
We're just going to have to dump everything that's not personal. I've got no choice. But everything perishable, that'll be bread,
Yeah, we've just done that.
Cheerios, all of it.
And that one.
All in the bin.
Oh, shit. Yeah, wow.
I think we might need the police.
After a quick break with the boys in blue,
It's not synthetic, so it's a dried leaf.
it's back to clean up. And after a couple of hours hard graft and all suspicious items handed to police, the room is emptied and ready for decontamination.
Good.
There's still no sign of the former tenants, although Prue has an idea of what their next accommodation might be.
Left them one toilet roll. You know, always need that when you're freedom camping.
That is evidence of a P user.
Now it's just a question of how much meth, or P, has been smoked in the house.
It's been used.
Yeah, it has been used. Look at this. We will have to get somebody to look at that because that could be quite dangerous. If this turns out to be a P house, or, you know, contaminated, I would not put a child in that chair.
Here's a bulb. It's probably a backup bulb.
As well as forking out for a meth test, the landlord's also up for the removal of all the leftover items.
Look at this. They just walk out and leave this stuff behind.
The cost of repairs.
Look at the state of this door, would you? Look at this. She hasn't told us about that.
And the cleaning bill.
There's remnants of dope in here and a child's nappy. They make me mad.
Yeah, always had to pull her up on cleaning. Very, very aggro about it.
Yeah, we were all the effing what's-the-names under the sun, but anyway.
Then there's the rest of the property to consider.
And the rubbish under here, look at it. Bloody pigs.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Car parts, kids' toys, microwave. It's all the tenant stuff that obviously doesn't go anymore and they just turf it under the house.
Oh, God.
It's time to have a look in the garage.
Well, come and look at this piece de resistance, if you can get in.
There might be an art to getting through the door, but the exhibit inside isn't to Judy's tastes.
So, yes, this is a real quandary, this one.
I mean, if they don't come and clean it, what do we do with it?
Take it to a scrap metal dealer, I suppose. What we have to wait for now is a P test before we can go in and do all the cleaning, and once we've done all that, hopefully we can get it relet ASAP and a nice new tenant in it.
Sadly, but unsurprisingly, a meth test brought back a positive result, with readings in the bathroom and garage high enough to require decontamination. Now a second test has come back clean, Judy's almost ready to welcome a new tenant onto the premises. The empty house is a far cry from the den of despair Janet and Judy first laid eyes on. Surfaces have been cleaned and polished, and the spectre of drug abuse banished.
This room here was the one that had the highest degree of contamination, But as I said, we've had it cleaned and it's come back done under the Ministry of Health guidelines. And this is the garage that was contaminated. That had quite a high reading as well.
Like the bathroom, the garage is now meth-free. The costs of rehabilitating the property have so far reached close to a few $1,000s. But Judy is determined to try and win back at least some of that money in court from the previous tenant.
This has been a nightmare for us as property managers. Clearly it's a nightmare for the owner because of the cost, which can go into thousands. Loss of rent, all sorts of things. So it's not an easy fix.
Jane's about to find out what the tenants didn't want the landlord to see.
Wow, what's that? A hose, a bag of dirt.
Evidence that points to an indoor grow room.
Wow, we have some venting. We have some new power by the look of it. Look at that, watering can. I think they may, not necessarily these tenants, but someone at some stage has been growing in here.
Jane isn't talking about potatoes and carrots.
And, you know, boarded up windows. Why would you? This certainly wasn't here before. I've not come across this before, but it does appear pretty obvious what it is.
But despite the suspect signs, it looks like whoever's responsible has pulled up stakes and taken any hard evidence with them, which is all good news for Jane.
No, we'll look after the owner's property. We'll get these people out and we'll get someone else in.